Welcome to Demo Day 4. Hard to believe we're on our 4th one already. Really excited to have you all here. It's just a lot of fun. We feel very blessed to be here again. Parsons has continued to donate an extraordinary amount of capacity and resources for us as a founding sponsor. Equally pleased that Accenture, Kurt Salmon, has been that same co-founding sponsor and continue to support us dramatically in our efforts. We have a number of investors in the room. We have board members. We've got entrepreneurs. We've got analysts. It's just a great cross-section of folks. So I want to start, though, by introducing, and I say this with just an extraordinary admiration, we call her our fairy godmother. Kay Unger is the chairman of the board of Parsons and has been to every event, comes earlier, leaves later than anyone else, and has more energy than a 20-year-old. No offense to the 20-year-olds in the room, but Kay can take you down. So, Kay, would you please come up and share a few words?
Unlike our cohorts today, I have to read my speech. because I graduated Parsons in 1968, you do the math. I can't memorize all this stuff. Anyway, I'm so proud to be here, and I'm so passionate about XRC and the collaboration with Parsons. So thank you, Pano, and the XRC team, Carly Ann, Leslie, all of you. It's just so incredible. And although he's not standing in the room, I have to thank Joel Towers, our executive dean of Parsons, because of his support of this project. I'm really honored to give these opening remarks today. I am not a tech genius. I'm not good at it at all. But I am the ultimate consumer, and in every part of my life. And I'm the person, one of the people you want to get shopping. In fact, right before downstairs, I have Affinity on my phone, and they had a pair of pale blue shoes that would look much better than these. I wanted to buy them. Anyway, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I started my own company after I graduated Parsons in 1970. But I can tell you stories, how I funded it, how I went bankrupt, all the different things, went back into business. I have lived through all the cycles, which is why I'm so passionate about XRC. But believe it or not, this is not about me today. I can't believe it's been 2 years since the start of XRC, 2015. This was the fastest initiative I have ever seen go through academic system. You know what it's like. It's really hard, and this came through so quickly because it is so right. The strength and support and level of collaboration between Parsons and XRC is essential, and the New School. This is a very good example. Anyway, I'm fortunate to be part of the selection committee, and it has been very challenging. We had over 500 applications to pick the 10 you're going to see today for Cohort 4. Since launching, XRC has accelerated 36 startup companies. All but one of those companies is still operating. 70% of the companies from the last 3 cohorts have gone to raise additional funding after XRC. Astonishing results. You know what it's like just with entrepreneurial companies, how many actually make it? These results are incredible. There's such a tremendous level of progress with the startups. In the last 14 weeks, they have really virtually gone through boot camp, and you will see the results of that today. There's some really incredible themes that are running through this cohort. Sustainability, top of mind, so very important to the future of everything. Convey is a resale as a service, giving brands the ability to let their shoppers return lightly used in-season clothing in exchange for instant store credit. A perfect example of circular economy. I believe this will work because you get them in, they will spend money again. And those products hopefully will be reused and redesigned in the most unique ways. And it's fun to do. I just posted about a class that I taught at Parsons where I brought in an old gown and a brand new shirt, and in 1 hour I made the students remake them into something fabulous, and they're so talented, it's really great. Another theme, companies creating products for people with disabilities. FFORA is a fashion lifestyle brand that incorporates the unmet needs of over 30 million US citizens who have physical disability. It launches with a line of handbags and accessories for wheelchair users that fuses luxury design, innovation, and practicality. Plus, the founder is a Parsons alum that we're very proud of. Nimbly, supply chain distribution, 3D knitting, zero waste. Nimbly is an on-demand 3D knitting platform that powers the one-off manufacturing of standard-size, custom-fit knit products in the US. This company uses Shimaseki knitting machines, 3D knitting machines, and by the way, we have 3 across the street at our making center. We have integrated the startups as case studies at Parsons. For example, furniture from Cohort 2 served as a case study for a School of Design Strategies BBA capstone. Mirror that look from Cohort 3 served as a case study also for SDS BBA capstone. We should be looking forward to these students graduating as they're going to be in Cohort 7, 8, and 9, I am sure. Ria Alexander, co-director of Strategic Design Management Program at Parsons, led a design thinking workshop with Cohort 4. I was lucky enough to be there. And we really learned about mapping and design and business solutions. We did a study on the street and in the, at XRC offices on City Bike. And I have to say, these are such devoted cohorts. The building where we're in, as I see Pano smiling, is on about the 5th floor of a walk-up. And they went up and down every day. So thank you all, our mentors who had gone up those stairs at 90 degrees. It was incredible. XRC Innovation Days have been held in our Making Center across the street. I like to call it Making on 5th Avenue. It is the foremost making center of any university in the United States. So we did a Target Innovation Day, Vans Innovation Day, and the National Association of Chain Drugstores. I have taken the classes with our cohorts, mentored them, and watched how they've changed their business models, hired their teams, and worked with the best of so many of you in our industry. Being here today, all of you with us, I consider this a gift. Talk to each of these entrepreneurs and take a chance on many of them. We are in challenging times now, but I think all of you see what I see, and that is there's so much opportunity. Bet on them and bet on change. Now join me in welcoming back our founder, our inspiration, Pano, and he's going to tell us about the future. Thank you.
If I could be as prolific, creative, energetic as Kay, I will be a very happy person. So what we'd like to do is give you a quick thumbnail on what's going on in the industry and start by really re-showing you, for some of you who don't know, how XRC Labs works. There's the lab itself. There's a venture fund that supports each of the startups. We invest in them and actually take equity. And therefore, we're really aligned every day, including years past. We still support Cohort 1 classes very actively. And then we're opening up, over time, a new store. And we'll get into that in more detail later. But the idea is to make practical the technologies that you see in front of you. And also to test and learn and fail at a level and scale that no retailer really can afford to do today. Our approach is that we have startups come in walk through our process with an extraordinary mentor pool of over 300 executives, many of whom are here today from a wide range of companies, to help them and the startups understand each other. So it's actually a win-win. And that's been a very powerful exchange that's taken place. We also have a very strong venture community that continues to build, that becomes every day less skeptical of the consumer goods and retail platforms. And we're very excited to see many of them here today. We had over 27 venture firms on Tuesday, meeting with our startups in kind of a speed dating approach that seemed to be very effective. We all know, and you hear every day about all the store closings, but the issue has been primarily a question of culture and the adoption of change in the industry. And we've shown this before about how technology looks at change very differently than retail. So we learn to fail fast in retail? No. We never fail in retail. You get fired if you fail in retail. But you are allowed to fail in technology, and you fail all the time. And it's proud. You walk around saying, I failed. Now, after the third or fourth failure, investors aren't terribly interested in your failures, but otherwise, you get a grace in that process. But let me give you an example where I think we have challenges as retailers. So there's a term called facial recognition. Actually, one of our companies, Facenote, is actually doing this. And this is actually not brand new technology, but the idea that we can actually be identified by our facial features has actually been around for a few years. Walmart actually tried this. And boy, did they fail. Walmart, use of sci-fi tech to spot shoplifters raises privacy questions. What's the truth behind Walmart's failed facial recognition trial? Like, do you really want that kind of press? Of course not. So what did it do? They retrenched. They pulled back. Wait a minute. What did you just hear about the iPhone 8 announcement yesterday? Facial recognition. Apple is doing it. Apple gets all kinds of positive press. They get some questions about what's going on, but tons of opportunity coming out of this. They get it right. Walmart got it wrong. Why? Well, Apple is focused on the customer. The reason they're doing facial recognition is not for prevention of loss and profitability. They're doing it so I can open my phone more easily. I don't have to sit there and worry about my thumbprint through my glove that doesn't have whatever technology I need to see my fingerprint through it. I can just hold it up and it's done. They're doing something for me, not for them. So they're a winner. Walmart, however, is doing it for their bottom line. And so what does that do? It creates antagonism and it creates a loser model. So if we look at retail and consumer goods going forward, and if you look at our startups today, they're all focused on the consumer, making lives better for the consumer. So we go through store to consumer, stores experience, stores platform, and I'll walk through each one of them and just briefly mention each company. The most valuable commodity in the world is not your money, it's your time. Everyone here has 24 hours. No one's got more. No one can manufacture more. We try to squeeze it, but it's impossible. But a consequence of that is a number of companies are focused on making my life and your life easier, saving time where you don't want to lose it. The second question is, when you look at the store's experience, this is unfortunately what experience looks like today, for the most part. And it looks awful. I'm not recognized when I walk in the store, no matter how much money I spend. If I am in Paris buying a bag for my wife, who's here today, fortunately, and I walk into New York, the New York store has no idea who I am. Why? They should know who I am. You know, friends, where everybody knows your name. So Facenote actually is working on that, to give you a VIP experience. I want to be treated well. Don't waste my time. Then we look at personalization, and Starbucks is the best at this, right? I mean, they've taken a commodity, folks, and they've turned it into a $4 to $5 coffee. And it's addictive, of course, so that's to their benefit. But at the end of the day, how many of you get Starbucks? Okay, you. Bob, yes. What do you drink?
What do I drink?
Yeah.
8 shots of espresso every morning.
8 shots of espresso. Okay. All right. Robin, you should come up here.
And if I don't have my Starbucks, we don't want to talk about
Exactly. 8 shots of espresso. That's impressive. Whoa. You think I bounce around now? Wait till you see 8 shots of me. But that's an example where she's getting something completely different than everyone else here in this room. Trust me. Hopefully. Feather and Bone is providing that level of personalization in the cosmetic space. The portability, the mobility of cosmetics is the future. Why do I have to carry lotions around that just leak in my bag? Why can't the product be as portable and mobile as I am? I don't wear cosmetics, so I don't quite qualify. And FFORA, which was mentioned earlier, providing capabilities to a market that's completely been underserved, not served, in fact. And we're very excited about those initiatives and feel very strongly about that. And then Stores Platform. This is an area where if you're not aware of what's going on in this market, you know what Amazon's doing. 40% of their sales are marketplace sales, which means it's not their product, and they're not actually housing or distributing the product necessarily. TradeMonday actually is very cool technology that helps brands and resellers manage their marketplaces, which, by the way, are going to grow dramatically over the next 5 years. And then storage, service, or rental. We're big proponents of this, believe it's coming, it's already here. Starbucks is one of the key platforms for the exchange of rental product today. Unbeknownst to most people, the bathroom happens to be the place of exchange these days. And Convey is actually focused very much on that space and trying to make it a difference for the brand. So the brands can actually participate in this and not be disrupted. And lastly, Stores Plan. And we have believed for a while now and continue to support anything that works toward the store taking on more than a transaction. We've talked about entertainment before, but now we look at the store as plant, and Nimbly is a leader in that space. We're very excited about what they're working on. So overall, as Kay said, she stole some of my thunder, which I love. 500 applications turned into 10 companies. We're very excited to have them here today. And with that, and out of a number of countries, over 64 countries applied. So we're very excited about the breadth and the depth of these companies and what they're working on. And also, most excitedly, without trying to, naturally, over 50% of our Class 4 companies are being run by women. We're very excited about that. Again, it's a credit to all of them. It's a credit to all of them, and it continues to be that way since Cohort 1. It's just been a natural selection process, which I'm excited about, we're all excited about. And with that, we see where female founder sits in this incredible bubble of emphasis. And again, a very natural process in our process. So with that, I'd like to introduce Leslie Cohen, our Executive Director, who without whom none of this would be possible. And we're very excited to have her come up and speak.
Okay, I promised the startups that they would have mics, so here's the mic. So I welcome you all. We are thrilled to have you here. I think you know that during the 14 weeks, XRC prides itself on the magic that each of our startups performs during this period. And before we start with the formal introductions to see each of the 10 companies, I'd like to invite Kevin up to show us a little bit of how Nimbly does their magic.
Hello, I'm Kevin. I will be back up here in a little while towards the end of our presentation, but first, I have a favor to ask of you. We need a volunteer to help us with our demonstration today. I promise that it will be worth your while. Anybody, please, if you're willing to volunteer, raise your hand. Okay, anyone? Ma'am, okay, please come up. What's your name?
Holly Zimmerman.
Holly. Okay, thank you for your willingness to help us out. Well, yeah, I would like you, can you stand there and just hold your arms at your sides? Yes, that would be very helpful, actually. And I'm going to take 2 pictures of you. Okay, just yeah. And look straight at me. Arms at your sides, okay? Hold them out like 6 inches, just like that. Perfect. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, now look at the audience and do the same thing. Yep, look straight at them. Nope, straight at the back wall. Just look straight, look at the back wall. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now that gentleman over there is going to ask you 3 questions, and we'll see you in about 45 minutes. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
The 3 things I need to know are the height, weight, and gender.
We'll let her answer that. Hopefully he got what he needed out of that. It's magic with a little bit of information baked in. And now to the presentations. Some of us share, and some of us overshare. And if you're a brand that has a rabid social media following, that's really great. But it really amounts to fandom. But now with Cherry Pick, social media comments can be transformed into sales. Justin will tell us how.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Justin Stewart. I'm the CEO and co-founder of CherryPick.ai. CherryPick is the first-to-market solution to directly monetize social media comments. Unlike social listening tools that provide dashboards of data to decipher, CherryPick is an AI-powered engine that identifies the products your customers are commenting on and triggers real-time, product-specific marketing at the exact moment of purchase intent. All of that without adding any additional work to your marketing team's plate. First, I'd like to introduce you to Molly. Molly is the marketing director at a leading beauty brand here in New York. Her brand has a growing social media following, but has little attributable revenue to show for all of the enthusiasm. She routinely sees thousands of comments a day, many of which have customers literally telling her what products they'd like to buy. But other than manually responding to those comments, she has no way to close those sales. But here's the thing. Molly and her team, they already do a great job of triggering automated marketing when customers are interacting on the website, on her website, or in her emails, right? How come they're not doing the same thing for the social media comments that are coming through her platform? The average consumer today spends 2 hours on social media, and those numbers are even higher for millennials, women, and Gen Z. Compare that to the 10 minutes that someone is spending on your website, and that's only when they visit. That's where we come in. Enter CherryPick, the missing link between social media comments and a brand's marketing automation technology. Now, when one of Molly's customers comments on one of her products, CherryPick, using its proprietary software, what we do is identify the product the consumer is talking about, classify the intent level being expressed in the comment, and trigger real-time product-specific marketing actions in that moment. If a customer is telling you what products they want to buy, just send them an email and let them have the opportunity to buy it. It was actually a social media comment that inspired us to start CherryPick. That comment said, "Please take my money." Smiley face, smiley face. Every person in this room understands the importance of hearing those words from our customers. With CherryPick, now you can take immediate action. CherryPick is providing or enhancing 2 key revenue channels for brands. One, better monetizing their existing customer base through reaching them at the exact moment of purchase intent. And 2, providing an alternative channel to acquire new customers in a highly targeted fashion using purchase intent-based social media advertising. And our business model is very simple. We charge a flat monthly subscription fee for access to our software where the price varies based on the number of comments that we're processing. So every month, that would be a lot, CherryPick is processing over 1 million comments per month. For every one of those comments, CherryPick connects a consumer to an intent level, to a product at a specific brand. This is an extraordinarily powerful data set. The more data points we gather, the more sophisticated our models get at identifying exactly where a customer is along their customer journey. And actually, this is key to our defensibility. This data set continues to create new features that enhance the experience of our platform for every brand on the platform. Social media is the fastest growing channel for beauty product research and discovery. 79% of beauty research is done online, but only 8% of beauty sales happen online. CherryPick is the solution helping brands close this gap. And this is only the beginning. Imagine dynamic marketing that's targeted for every stage of the marketing funnel. If your consumer's expressing evaluation for a product, why not send them a YouTube tutorial? If they're tagging their friend in a comment, direct them specifically to your Refer a Friend program. Or with influencers who routinely get 10 times as many comments as most brands, we can trigger marketing for those comments as well. The possibilities are truly endless. Today, we're extremely excited to announce that we're currently live working with Anami Beauty, and our next paid pilot we're rolling out very soon with Too Faced Cosmetics, a leading beauty brand. We're also in negotiation with 3 more top beauty brands as well. We're starting with the beauty industry because there's an extremely high social media engagement levels, robust buying behavior from consumers, as well as a voracious appetite for digital marketing innovation. The beauty industry is spending $1.7 billion on social media analytics and marketing automation tools. Our next set of 10 industries include luxury, automotive, alcohol, and others, and they're spending a combined of $20 billion per year. We are the right team to solve this problem. I'm a data scientist, and I've been building data science and machine learning products for the last 5 years with an emphasis on social media data and natural language processing. My co-founder, Melissa, has led marketing teams for the last 7 years at numerous beauty, fashion, and lifestyle e-commerce brands, launching thousands of automation campaigns. We also have an incredible set of advisors, including leading beauty influencer Hannah Bronfman, as well as executives from Stripe, Tumblr, Estee Lauder, as well as many others. At CherryPick, we believe every consumer's voice deserves to be heard. We have specifically designed our product to help brands better listen to their customers and deliver on their needs at scale. My name is Justin Stewart. Please find me afterwards if you'd like to talk about what CherryPick can do for you. Thank you so much for your time.
To paraphrase Andy Warhol, everyone will have 15 minutes of fame. Now imagine if that fame could follow you into some of your favorite stores. Facenote has designed a way for you to be recognized and to be rewarded in those stores. If you're a loyal customer, and if you're a brand looking for loyal customers, Facenote is your solution. Eduardo?
Good morning. I'm Eduardo Rivara, CEO of Facenote.me, and we developed a technology that allows companies to know their customers in real time as they enter their stores. Meet Susan. As a store owner, she knows the importance of knowing her customers early on, enabling for a better buying experience and increased sales opportunities. Susan also knows that 20% of her customers contribute to more than 80% of her sales, but she doesn't really have a way of knowing who these customers are before they complete a purchase. According to Harvard Business Review, 65% of your customers are disappointed at the lack of in-store personalization. Now imagine that you could know who these customers are and give them a personalized experience. Well, that's what we do. Facenote is a facial identification platform that allows companies to know their customers as soon as they enter their store and give them a special treatment. Unlike existing facial identification solutions that all require expensive hardware or development teams, our solution only needs a camera at the store. That's it, just a camera. We can even use existing cameras as CCTV systems. Customers can be remembered simply as sending a selfie from their own mobile phones to opt in. This is very important. No app required. And the associates can be notified on their own mobile phones as well when these customers enter the store. Let me give you an example of a real case. This customer is browsing Susan's site, and she is invited to be recognized as a VIP customer at any of Susan's stores by texting her selfie. So she does. She opts in. 10 seconds later, we are able to identify her anywhere in the world. As she enters one of Susan's stores, our platform identifies her, notifies a seller of her presence, and by tapping into her CRM, we can know her previous purchases, last visit, and preferences. The customer feels noticed by the brand, recognized, and rewarded by her loyalty. So how does this work? Simple. First, customers are invited to opt in by sending a selfie from their phones. 10 seconds later, our proprietary technology can identify her anywhere in the world at any of these brands' stores. Although many companies are looking to build a long-term relationship with their customers, we decided to fix this pain point by tackling two main markets, retail and hospitality, because we know that these markets can benefit by knowing their customers early on. Also, as we are a software as a service, we can scale very easily as these brands decide to add more detection points. This gives us a great opportunity of going after big chain stores, as we can scale according to their multiple locations. Our product is stable and ready to be implemented at any store. This week, we are closing a pilot with a 450 pharmacist chain in Australia, and we are doing it remotely from New York. Thanks. Also, we are in follow-up conversations with two major retailers in the US to implement a pilot over the next 2 months. The facial recognition market is growing very, very fast. It's reaching 6.8 billion in the next 5 years, but these numbers are growing as we speak, because Samsung and Apple, as mentioned this week, are putting facial recognition in everyone's pocket. The total addressable market size regarding retail and hospitality is around more than 6.5 billion. That's a huge opportunity. And our business model is B2B. We charge a monthly fee for detection rate, and also an annual fee for customer metadata storage. We have a fantastic team. We've been together for more than 10 years, building tech solutions and companies and scaling them. We cover every aspect and skill we need right now to achieve our goals, from business strategy, machine learning, computer vision, as well as sales and marketing. At Facenote, we are bridging the gap between the digital experience and the physical stores. If you want to try this amazing technology today, please come by our booth after this presentation. Have some fun taking your selfies. We'll know who you are. Thank you very much.
It's really cool. Now, for those of you who attended our launch when we began with Cohort 4, you may recall my frustration with being served up ridiculous product images and suggestions online, because apparently the internet thinks I'm still 28. Thanks, internet. But now Affinity is able to help retailers know their customers and serve them more appropriate suggestions. Abby will tell us how.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Abby Holtz, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Affinity. Affinity is a new type of personalization company that helps retailers create personal and high-touch experiences at scale. Put another way, Affinity is bringing Stitch Fix-like capabilities to retailers. Meet Carmen. Carmen is an executive at a large multi-brand retailer. Affinity helps retailers like Carmen who want to make their online experiences truly personal. Carmen, like many of her colleagues, know that customers are frustrated with existing online shopping experiences that are flat and one size fits all. Carmen wants to make the experience more personal, but she's struggling to translate personal online, especially with her limited technical resources and tight budget. Carmen needs Affinity. Affinity offers Carmen, retailers like Carmen, a suite of solutions that help her better listen, learn, assist, and inspire. Our technology and tools help her start a dialogue with her online customers, deeply understand the needs, style, and preferences of each individual, and scale traditionally manual but high ROI initiatives like one-to-one recommendations, personal shopping, and styling. So how do we do it? Let's take a look. The Affinity experience starts with our proprietary style quiz that helps retailers like Carmen quickly understand her online customers with just a few clicks. I like this, I hate this, I like this, I hate this. From there, Affinity powers automated outbound recommendations. These are topical recommendations that are relevant to each user and can even tie into the retailer's editorial calendar. These selections are unique for every single customer based on their unique profile and preference data. For retailers that want to go a step further, they can even add little personal touches that continue this ongoing dialogue with the shopper and drive deeper engagement with their brand. For retailers that want to deliver even higher touch service and encourage inbound requests, Affinity is building a tool that brings the human into the loop. Our stylist tool allows stylists to answer requests like the one above quicker and better and more quickly than ever before. Our tool leverages our proprietary data to auto-populate suggestions that are based on the specific user and the question that they have. This allows stylists and sales associates to be 10 to 20 times more efficient and make the best recommendations possible. In addition to tools that help scale, that help automate, enhance, and accelerate personal and high-touch experiences at a fraction of the cost, Affinity is also highly scalable from a data perspective. We use every single piece of data to create unique profiles for every user. That includes data from the style quiz, as well as click and purchase history from the retailer and beyond. As we collect more and more data about the user over time, across categories and even across retailers, we are creating comprehensive shopping profiles that allow us to deeply understand millions of online shoppers and deliver the best recommendations possible. We started Affinity because we believe the future of shopping is personal, and that every shopper should be treated as an individual regardless of where they're interacting with your brand, whether that's on your site, via email or messaging, or even in your physical store. Personal initiatives drive 2 to 4 times the average order values and drive loyalty and retention offline, yet online experiences are completely devoid of personal touches. Companies like Stitch Fix have demonstrated how valuable bringing personal initiatives online can be, and how leveraging data science and machine learning can scale those initiatives. Affinity is now bringing this personal capability and technology to retailers, enabling an entirely new business opportunity and revenue stream for e-commerce. When we started Affinity, we focused on deep research and development. Our mission was to develop technology that could think like a human, model nuanced consumer preferences, and deliver recommendations that could rival a human personal stylist. After after a little over a year of algorithm development, we achieved personal stylist quality, which means Affinity recommendations are as good as what a human personal stylist can recommend. After achieving personal stylist quality, we built out and are now launching our retailer platform. In the 3 short months we've been at XRC, we've met with nearly 20 retailers, and 100% of whom are thinking about this exact problem and are excited about Affinity's platform to scale personal. Although I unfortunately can't divulge names today, I am excited to share that Affinity has received such strong interest that we've received acquisition interest from 4 companies, and we're anticipating launching 2 retailer pilots later this fall. Thank you. Our product, much like our team, is a hybrid of retail and tech. Between the 2 of us, my co-founder, Chad, and I have studied computer science, statistics and economics, and fashion, worked at Google, been through Y Combinator, worked at 5 startups, built 10 e-commerce products, and built profitable companies from the ground up. We're Affinity, and we believe the future of shopping is personal. If you agree and want to learn more about Affinity, come find us afterwards. We'd love to chat.
Every time a user creates an account to sell something on eBay or Amazon, they essentially become a reseller. In fact, brands and retailers are resellers as well. They're selling across multiple marketplaces and looking for the best price. What TradeMonday does is takes a look across multiple marketplaces, massive numbers of products, to inform those resellers. Now, there are over 363 million resellers in the US and China alone. Imagine the volume of reselling and calculations that go on. TradeMonday makes it easy. Takis?
Hi, everyone. I'm Takis, the founder of TradeMonday. We are a cloud-based machine learning platform that unlocks the profit data for online sales by unlocking the best price and the highest profit margin for every items across any marketplaces. Let's meet Mark. He is the sales manager of a reseller. He sells private label and third-party products. He sells a few products on few marketplaces. He can see his price for his product and the margin by manually calculating the result in Excel. However, his business is expanding dramatically. He now has to manage over 10,000 products in multiple marketplaces. His manual calculation will no longer work. So he urgently needs technical integration to understand his margin, but it is super expensive and time-consuming. Mark needs help, and Mark needs TradeMonday. We have created a technology to enable Mark to understand the profit potential across different marketplaces. Step 1, we collect the marketplace price and quantity data through the API. Then, next, we combine Mark's inventory database, and then we calculate the profit dynamically. Step 2, through the TradeMonday artificial intelligence engine, TradeMonday optimizes the price against quantity sales to enable customers to optimize the profit margin across different marketplaces. Because every SKU and brand has a different profit sensitivity curve. So we included the consideration like seller feedback, brand, currency fluctuation, custom tariff into our calculation. We can do this all within a minute, no any technical integration, and 0 human errors. Let's take a look at Mark's TradeMonday dashboard. Mark wants to know which product and marketplaces that are giving him over 50% margin. Mark said that over 700 products are greater than 50%. He understands his margin can be varied by different product category, but fortunately, all of his products are greater than 50%. TradeMonday shows Amazon US seems the best marketplaces for profitability with 63% margin. Now, Mark sends this report to his boss to show what a good job he and TradeMonday are doing. However, his boss, like every boss, is quite demanding and sent him back the report to his desk and require a higher margin. His boss is looking for 65% margin this month. However, Mark is no worry this stretch target because he used TradeMonday. Mark go back to the TradeMonday dashboard and to generate the sales report to figure out how to generate 65% margin. He sees TradeMonday is recommending him to move his Nikon sales from eBay UK to eBay US to achieve a higher margin at 74%. At the end of the month, Mark overachieved the 68% margin. His boss is very happy. TradeMonday help brand and reseller to offload the inventory to the highest profit margin marketplaces. For the reseller carries around 10,000 inventory. We charge as little as 1,000 per month. Of course, there are other players in the market, but they're either focused on single marketplace or cost efficiency. TradeMonday fills the missing gap. We're focusing on discovering the highest hidden margin for profit maximization from multiple marketplaces. The SaaS subscription model for consumer electronics small and medium business has been launched in early September in Hong Kong, and we already have 2,000 SMB registration in the last 7 days. Thank you. And we will extend to cosmetic and apparel SMB by the end of this year. We have several pilots in Hong Kong, including consumer electronic, fashion brand, activewear, and cosmetic. We will plan to launch in US this fall and expand to China in 2018, and will then go to the social commerce in 2019. Our market potential is massive. There are over 300 million online resellers in US and China marketplaces, and it generates over 800 billion sales turnover every year. Marketplace sales is expected to reach 1.6 trillion by 2020. This is our team. We have over 10 years experience in financial institute. We have developed the artificial intelligence technology with Chinese university professor. Retail is facing multiple challenges in e-commerce and marketplace channels. That's why we built TradeMonday. We help any size of retailer to maximize the sales margin. If you are a reseller or a brand, please feel free to register the free trial at TradeMonday.com to see how the sales maximization works. Thank you.
Most of us live vibrant and active lives with few limitations. But for those with physical challenges, they have few options in life and lifestyle. Lucy is designing a way to improve those options with function and fashion. Lucy?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Lucy Jones, and I am the founder of FFORA. Today, I am going to talk to you about a new fashion lifestyle brand that serves the disability community. FFORA believes in a world that is designed for all. I'm a fashion designer that has been designing for disability for many years, ever since a conversation with a younger family member who has hemiplegia, which means he has weakness along one side. My research explored his difficulties that able-bodied people often take for granted. My research also explored the challenges faced and some of the difficulties faced by those who use mobility devices, such as wheelchairs, crutches, walkers, and canes, who need access to their personal belongings quickly and safely whilst on the go. This is the current state of the art. As you see, manufacturers do not directly service this sector, and as a result, people have resorted to inventing their own systems and solutions, such as shoestring pulleys, seatbelt straps, and meat hook attachments. And this has to change. I'd like for you to hear firsthand from my user demographic that explore the many challenges faced, but to also highlight all of the product development that has taken place right here at XRC Labs. It is an honor to introduce FFORA, the first fashion lifestyle brand to offer wheelchair-accessible handbags and accessories.
I'm a quadriplegic, so I use a manual chair.
I have what's called paraparesis, which is partial paralysis below the waist, so I use forearm crutches.
I use a very fancy manual wheelchair.
Every time I leave the house, I have to have a bag.
Usually I put a ribbon because it's hard for me to open it.
You have big backpacks, but that sits on the back of my chair, and it's not extremely easy to get to the front.
I have at home 2 or 3 suitcases completely full of different bags that I've bought that I thought would work.
Anyone that's in the industry of creating for someone with a disability, pair up with a designer, and then on top of that, adding accessories that actually work for the product.
If it's something that would help someone with a disability, it's because it's something that's easier and more accessible, so why wouldn't it be just as easy for somebody who doesn't have a disability?
In 2017, I feel like the fashion industry should be a little bit more diverse.
I'm 30 and I'm striving, and I will be rolling into a room near you soon.
Why don't you come on? Why don't you come on? Keep holding on. Why don't you come on? 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 Keep holding on.
So, we designed an attachment designed to be used on mobility devices, but with the change of attachment to, for example, a crossbody strap, means that it can also be worn by able-bodied people, highlighting that disability doesn't have to be a segregated market. Our first attachment, the Gravity Slide, can carry up to 30 pounds in weight. Its streamlined and ergonomic design means that it doesn't interfere with user push power, allowing the user to preserve valuable muscle stamina. It can be made in finishes such as carbon fiber, wood veneer, leather, and it can be 3D printed. It is ultimately the new accessory for wheelchairs. Our iconic FFORA bag is made of fine Italian leather. It has a locking mechanism on the back, so it is virtually theft-proof. It has additional hidden two-way zippers, complete with thumb pulls, perfect for those who have limited dexterity, who cannot grip tricky buckles and clasps. The bag seamlessly glides forward through a secure and hidden belt and track system without hitting the wheels, and positions itself alongside the user for easy access. FFORA is an innovative system of patent-pending fashion bags and accessories. After extensive research and an intimate understanding of our customer needs, we have discovered new ways to position storage. Our concept is simple. We are the pioneers of inclusive retail. We design solutions by designing with the disability community. So what we have established is that by focusing on wheelchair models and mobility devices, there are many set standards and similarities that we can design into. So FFORA naturally partners with wheelchair manufacturers and so taps into their vast distribution network. The disability community is a sizable demographic within the fashion sector, so it is absolutely crucial to design more universal products that have a range of price points. FFORA is applicable to able-bodied people too, so FFORA can be positioned in traditional fashion retail. 87 days ago, FFORA didn't even exist. So there has been incredible progress made to date. We are honored to announce that we were one of 6 brands selected by the Council of Fashion Designers of America and the Accessories Council to join their Launchpad program. We were also commissioned to design a new innovation for MoMA's upcoming fashion exhibit this fall. We are also in talks with a major wheelchair manufacturer, and we're currently determining our partnership. Oh. The US wheelchair industry is a $6.8 billion market in the United States, and due to our aging population and advancing technologies, is going to double in the next 4 to 6 years. Absorb that. But that's not even including the US personal women's accessories market, which is a $30 billion market, leaving ample opportunity for FFORA. As the CEO and founder of FFORA, I have won numerous awards and recognition for my inclusive design work, including Forbes 30 Under 30, as well as Women's Wear Designer of the Year when I graduated from this very school in 2015. Andrea Dalzell is our head of product testing, and she's our brand and partnerships associate. She is also a nurse on wheels at Richmond Hospital and provides invaluable expertise to our FFORA team. We also have a stellar team of advisors who offer decades of experience in brand strategy, retail operations, and manufacturing. For centuries, our human race has designed only for the able-bodied. FFORA products are proof that we can design a world for all. Thank you for listening.
As the working mother of 3, juggling my various duties, I have to say the greatest pain point was around time. If I had to do it all over again, I would still work, I would still have 3 children, but this time around, I'd have kid things. Anika will tell us just how Kid Things simplifies the lives of busy parents.
Hi everyone, my name is Anika John and I am founder of Kid Things. We are a machine learning powered text-based solution for busy parents. If you are a parent who is struggling to keep up with your career and the growing needs of your family, Kid Things is here to help you take back your time. Meet Sarah. She is a working mother of 2, and like most American women, she only has 17 minutes of leisure time a day. Her 16-month-old daughter just sized out of all her clothes, and she needs new ones. So Sarah spends her entire lunch hour shopping for onesies, sweaters, leggings, baby shoes. It's a lot. Later that night, she finalizes all her purchases, but altogether, it's taken her close to 2 hours. Over the course of the year, she'll spend endless hours shopping for all her kid-related purchases. Sarah needs more time. Sarah needs Kid Things. Kid Things is the personal assistant that parents have never had before. For the very first time ever, it's the luxury experience of a personal shopper for every parent. Now, Sarah can just text in what she needs for her kids. She gets highly curated and personalized texts back, and she just chooses what she needs. She no longer has to spend her time and her mental energy on shopping for her kids. That work is all done for her. Here's how the experience works. Sarah signed up for our service a while ago. When she did, she received a welcome text. It prompted her to give us her child's gender and sizing information and style preferences, and we saved that in her customer profile. When she lets us know that she needs more kids' clothes, we send out highly curated options that are specific to her tastes and preferences. Sarah tells us what she likes, what she doesn't like. We save all that information to give her even better options next time. Finally, Sarah can make all her purchases on our platform. Behind the scenes, our Kid Things technology makes a dynamic profile out of Sarah's tastes and preferences. Our machine learning algorithm creates these highly curated options just for Sarah, from which our personal human shoppers then choose only the very best products to text out to her. This takes away that complexity of choice that makes Sarah's current shopping experience so difficult and so time-consuming. We're seeing a 40% conversion rate on average. Ultimately, one shopper, because of our technology, will be able to handle over $10 million of business on an annual basis. Kid Things is leveraging 3 key trends that makes our platform compelling. First, time is Sarah's and yours most valuable asset. Second, machine learning allows us to move from a human outsourcing model to a true technology platform where one shopper can service so many more customers than at any time in the past. And third, messaging is the preferred user experience of consumers today. Our business model is simple. For each transaction, our retail partners grant us a margin. Now, because Kid Things drive sales that are separate from any e-commerce websites, and because we handle customer service, Kid Things' typical margin is between 25% and 50%. Over our time here at XRC, we've seen a user base increase of over 100%, and our average order size has increased from $150 to $200. We've maintained an over 10% growth organically by referrals with no incentives offered by our company. This is well above the industry average according to leading referral platforms. Kid Things right now is focused on baby and toddler clothing. This is a $17 billion industry, and our serviceable addressable market is $8 billion. On our product roadmap, we will be expanding to baby and toddler gear and gifting, a $50 billion market opportunity. And our serviceable addressable market as we expand will be $27 billion. I am a serial founder myself. My first company was a legal services business, which I sold successfully. I have scaled a $100 million business unit for a sustainable energy company and led a robotics company that is now a YC alum. Our CTO, Eric Lubau, is former founder of SimpleReach, a data analytics marketing platform, and also former captain of the US military. His experience leading data science and research teams will be crucial as we scale our technology. Our technical and research advisors are from Stanford University, Google, Zynga, Nordstrom, Hudson's Bay Company, and Soul Society. Altogether, we have 14 award-winning children's clothing brands as our partners. Today, I'm excited to add Doobie-Doo to that list. Kid Things was born of my own very personal struggle to balance the career and needs of my family. I hope you will come and join us downstairs and check us out. Thank you so much.
Consumers are embracing the circular economy, and especially in fashion. But brands are often left out in the cold as consumers begin to resell directly to others. Now, Steve and Convey have found a way to get those brands re-engaged with those customers. Steve?
Good morning. My name's Steve Zaneri, co-founder of Convey. And Convey exists because the retail industry needs to find more ways to contribute profitably to the sustainability effort. Convey is B2B2C and offers resale as a service. With Convey, customers can return lightly used clothing back to the brand in exchange for store credit. And brands can build a more loyal customer base than they've ever had before. Now, I know you've met a lot of people today, but let's meet one more. Abby. Abby buys a new cocktail dress, wears it a few times, throws it in her closet, a year later comes back and realizes she has way too many clothes, and then photographs and lists those clothes to sell online. Now, over that time, Abby's clothing has depreciated in value, and despite all that effort to photograph, list, and sometimes even ship those items, she has no guarantee that they're even gonna sell. On the flip side, we have Sienna. Sienna's the director of retail for one of Abby's favorite brands. And Sienna's very clearly losing customers like Abby and revenue to online resale and rental marketplaces. This all changes with Convey. Convey's lifecycle extension program allows Abby to buy new, wear the item a few times, return the item back to the brand, and get instant store credit. Abby gets instant gratification, which we all love. She contributes to the circular economy, which I love. And she shops over and over again with the brand she loves directly. On the flip side, let's see how this works for the brand. So once the customer comes back to the store or goes to the website, Convey steps in, and we authenticate that item, and we pay the brand a predetermined rate in cash. Only then does the brand issue store credit to the customer. Now, the brand gets that initial resale revenue up front and extends the lifetime value of that customer through subsequent purchases. All of this is done without any additional inventory risk for the brand. So the resale industry is growing. It's an $18 billion industry today and expected to double in size almost in just a few years. This is mainly driven online. The online resale industry is growing 35% year over year, 17 times faster than the broader apparel market. I think I've said circularity, sustainability, or some combination of that about 5 or 6 times already. So what am I actually talking about? I'm talking about product life extension through reuse. Companies in other industries are already doing this. Lexus Certified Pre-Owned offers a trustworthy, high-quality vehicle at a lower cost than a new car. We're taking the same methodology and applying it to the apparel space, allowing companies to profitably contribute to sustainability through our similar apparel leasing model. And we scale with data. Our data scientists right now are creating a proprietary resale algorithm, and this is the exact model that allows us to pay brands before they issue the store credit. We're excited to announce today we have 3 partnerships with New York-based designer brands and are in the works with a global high-end brand to be their premier sustainability partner. And of course, that's just the beginning. We're targeting a hyper-focused $100 million market of 30 designer brands that have lost resale revenue annually of over $3 million. Once we tackle that, we'll open it up to the broader designer market and include plus-size brands, which is an emerging market, has an interesting customer profile for this business, and is a combined $30 billion industry overall. Our team has 3 strong pillars of operations, data, and retail. I plan to scale operations here the same way I did at Uber, with fast iteration and emphasis on technology first. Will was scraping Pinterest data before there was even an API. And he's been doing even more interesting things as we build our own algorithm internally. Christy keeps us sane and is our industry expert. She's been at brands both small and large and will help us navigate retail in all its nuances. So it's always about timing. If it's too soon, no one understands, and if it's too late, everyone's forgotten. Let's build a sustainable future together before it's too late and everyone's forgotten that these pants took 10 years of drinking water to produce. But don't worry, don't fret, I got these on resale. Thank you.
Just when you think you've heard all the jokes. I'd like to introduce Feather and Bone. Feather and Bone taps into our desire, not just the millennials, but also some of us as well, to have simpler and more wholesome lifestyles. With a series of products, Feather and Bone will deliver just that. Shebangini?
Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing? Good, I hope. I'm Shebangini, the CEO and founder of Feather and Bone. Feather and Bone sells personal care products that are simple, pure, and portable. Have you ever tried to pronounce the ingredients in your all-natural face wash?
Achillea millefolium, water, cocoa, glycerin, glucoside, cocamidopropyl. It gives you disease.
So, like these other women, Gemma here too gets nervous about the ingredients in her all-natural face wash. She has sensitive skin, so wants to know what goes into her products. When she looks at the label, she finds a long list of ingredients that she doesn't know what they're for, how to pronounce them, and they don't seem natural at all. Gemma is also always on the go. She's going from home to work to the gym to somewhere else. So carrying a multi-step process of heavy liquids is a massive pain, especially when they spill. This is why you have Face Gems, a face wash tablet. Face Gems are simple, pure, and portable. The 3 pillars in any Feather and Bone product. Face Gems are simple. This tiny little tablet does your full skincare routine of cleansing, exfoliating, and moisturizing all in one go. Face Gems are pure. Each tablet just has 3 safe, wholesome ingredients, which are fuller's earth, sandalwood, and starch, each specifically chosen to help with your skincare routine. And Face Gems are portable. The key to beautiful skin is continuity. So with the Face Gems in your pocket, your routine is always with you. Let me show you how this works. You add a few drops of water to the tablet. You apply pressure to it to make it into a paste. You put that paste onto your face and wash it off. It's as simple as pop, drop, and wash. Face Gems is a new category in the beauty world. And over the last 2 years, we've achieved success in the form of paying customers, industry awards such as the Indie Beauty Show that nominated us as the best cleanser on the market, and this year by Cosmoprof in the same category. Cosmoprof is the largest B2B trade show, and Feather and Bone was just one of 3 companies to be nominated from thousands. We also came in second place in Well & Good's Mission Wellness competition, which garners us over 22,000 public votes. And last year, the UN invited us to talk about our Face Gems as a product safe for the environment. We've also had hundreds of bloggers and press reviews, most recently Forbes, that named us as the brand to watch. Face Gems is Feather and Bone's first product, We plan to expand to other facets of personal care, such as hair, body, baby care, all of which will have our 3 pillars of simplicity, purity, and portability. Our next product, a makeup remover, will also have these facets. And yes, ladies, in case you were wondering, this makeup remover does come in the form of a tablet. So if you've had a really great night and the next morning you're feeling rough on the inside, you're still going to be beautiful in the morning. Due to these 3 pillars, we have the ability to expand into unique distribution channels, such as hotels, gyms, airlines, and airports. The US consumers spent $49 billion in personal care last year. Of that, $3 billion was spent on skincare, and millennials themselves spent $1.4 billion. According to industry reports such as Euromonitor, this generation is driving growth for the natural segment. They want products that are pure and wholesome due to the increasing number of individuals who identify themselves as having sensitive skin. They're also a generation that's extremely active and so want products that adhere to that lifestyle. If you look at the current landscape, most companies have products that have more than 5 ingredients, are in a liquid form. This puts Feather & Bone in a unique position to capture the trend of mobile beauty. And consumers agree. These are photos sent by our customers using face gems in their on-the-go life. Whether you're rock climbing, camping, on a plane, or even on the beach, your face gems are with you. While Feather & Bone has a stellar team in place, Face Gems was developed by myself after having a poor reaction to a store-bought face wash. I'm simply a beauty-conscious gal who saw a problem, solved it, and decided to share it with all of you. My experience in the finance world has helped me understand many of the pitfalls startups face. Our team, advisors, and brand partners have a wealth of experience in marketing, branding, and design. Whilst you can purchase face gems online, we are really excited to announce that you can now purchase our face gems at Story here in New York and soon at Ricky's, the go-to beauty store for millennials and centennials. Thank you. So don't be buried by your skincare routine. Simplify your life with face gems. Thank you.
I'm still one of those people that enjoys shopping. And I go into stores and I touch and I try on, but really much happier shopper if I leave the store with a purchase. With Wondermile, I'll be able to more easily find those items I want and like in my neighborhood. Anna, tell us how.
Hello, everyone. My name's Anna Palmer, and along with Brian Kalma, we're the co-founders of Wondermile. With all the talk of e-commerce, this next line might come as a little bit of a shock. The majority of customers still prefer to shop in-store. No, that sentence didn't get auto-corrected on the way out. You heard it right the first time. In fact, 88% of total retail spend happened in physical stores within the past year. But yet, the way customers interact with the products around them and the way stores interact with those customers has remained relatively unchanged. To explain what I mean by this, meet Elena. Elena is a busy 30-year-old. She's living in the city. She's juggling a demanding career, family, friends, and an absolutely adorable dog named Zoe. Last weekend, Elena decided she needed to upgrade her fall wardrobe with the perfect pair of patchwork jeans. But she's busy. She doesn't have time to go store to store to store, only to come up empty-handed. So, Elena pulls out her laptop and starts browsing the websites of retailers to try to figure out what's nearby. But after going to 6 different sites and putting in her zip code on item after item after item, she became so frustrated, she finally just gave up, even though the perfect pair was sitting less than a mile away. That store lost that sale. Elena in that store needed Wondermile. Wondermile is the first proximity shopping platform that helps you buy and discover the products sitting in physical stores around you, making shopping that way the fastest and most enjoyable way to shop. We're giving customers like Elena back her time and her sanity, and we're giving back brick and mortar stores their sales. So how does it work? The thing that makes Wondermile so unique is it has two parts: a back-end retailer application and a front-end consumer-facing platform. So for retailers, both big national brands and small local boutiques, we enable sales associates to quickly add products two ways. We can either pull in all of their products automatically from their store, or they can choose to individually curate their own collections. Then, as items arrive in store or things are marked down, they can send out alerts to shoppers in their neighborhood who are following their store. And on the consumer side, let's go back to Elena and her original challenge, and enter a world where Wondermile is live in her city. Months before she ever needed jeans, Elena would have signed up on Wondermile. She would have chosen the stores and categories she wanted to follow. Then she'd start receiving alerts as new items arrive or things are marked down. Next, when she visits Wondermile, she sees a personalized feed of all of the things she's following nearby. It's almost like Elena is able to personally merchandise her entire city just for her. This time, when Elena needs jeans, all she does is go to Wondermile, she types in jeans in the search bar, and she immediately sees all of the results with the stores she's following, their items appearing first. She sees something she loves, she clicks a button, she chats with a sales associate, asks a couple of questions, and then chooses to reserve 2 pairs on her way home from brunch with friends to try on in store. And with Wondermile, Elena could have also chosen to have a Wondermile mission specialist deliver those to her whenever and wherever it was convenient. What previously took Elena hours and hours of frustration was accomplished by Wondermile in only minutes. But here's where it gets really exciting. As people are seeing and shopping on Wondermile, we're getting a 360 view of what's happening in their neighborhood. Things like search volume, trends, pricing history. So the same way that Amazon is merchandising their physical stores by pulling zip code-based customer data, we can share back with our partner retailers valuable local insights to help those stores compete. So with all the industry focus on e-commerce, you might think that the only physical shoppers left are your great Aunt Lillian and her book club sitting down in Fort Lauderdale. Not the case. Physical retail is actually a massive market. In fact, it's projected by 2025 that offline spending in the categories of apparel, beauty, and home goods will reach $262 billion. And total offline spending will reach $3.75 trillion. At Wondermile, we are on our way to capturing this market. We're in talks right now with major national retailers, and I'm excited to announce that our beta product will be live in Boston in just a few weeks with thousands of items already on the platform. We have a big vision to change the future of commerce at Wondermile, but we also have the team to make that vision a reality. We have over 20 years combined experience in retail innovation. We've worked with some of the world's largest brands, and we've previously raised millions of dollars in venture capital. My co-founder, Brian, was employee 19 at Zappos, where he was head of marketing, product, and customer experience. He left following the Amazon acquisition to run customer experience at Gilt, and since that time has started and sold his own company. I started my first company out of Harvard Law and scaled that to be the industry leader in high-end clothing donation, processing over 2,000 items on our e-commerce platform daily. So if e-commerce was shopping 2.0, we believe that proximity commerce will be shopping 3.0, and we're building the game-changing platform to make that happen. But it's not just about the dollars. It's about saving retail jobs and revitalizing the shopping districts in our cities by building a future where people shop physical first. So today, I want to leave you with the words of Olivia Newton-John, who was really wise when she once said, "Let's get physical, physical. I want to get physical." Shoppers still want to get physical, and with Wondermile, now they can.
And now, without further ado, I welcome our 10th company, Nimbly, back to show us the magic that they've just performed.
Hello, I'm Kevin, co-founder of Nimbly. Nimbly is an on-demand manufacturing platform for apparel retailers, brands, and designers. We use 3D knitting technology to manufacture customized and standardized apparel on demand at our microfactories around the United States. Meet John. John is the CEO of an iconic American apparel brand. He is focused on reducing excess inventory, reducing excess discounting, cutting supply chain lead times, and connecting his creative more closely with the consumer. John needs to simultaneously transform his supply chain and evolve the shopping experience. With Nimbly, he can do both. Our platform consists of 4 basic parts. Our APIs integrate directly with point-of-sale systems, e-commerce platforms, and ERPs, bringing order data into our system in real time. Our patent-pending customization engine generates customized 3D knitting instruction files tailored to the fit, style, and function of individual orders. Our manufacturing management system routes orders to the right machine at the right microfactory based on parameters like machine configuration and shipping time. And finally, our microfactories are small, highly automated manufacturing facilities located close to stores and close to customers, knitting products on demand. John needs to cut the 6 to 12-month lead times inherent in bulk overseas production. With Nimbly, John can go from a designer's sketch to a nationwide product rollout in less than 1 month. John wants to evolve the shopping experience and connect his customers more closely with his brand. With Nimbly, John can power rich, customized experiences, allowing shoppers to tailor the fit, style, and function of their clothing, and to store those preferences forever, tying them tightly to John's brand. Finally, John struggles with excess discounting and excess inventory. Nimbly produces shipped products on demand, no inventory required. And we restock stores just in time, manufacturing the styles that sell as they sell. Let me show you how this works. Holly, can you come back up on stage, please? Yeah, everyone, a round of applause for Holly. She's been great. When we were last on stage, I took 2 pictures of Holly and Ford asked her 3 questions. Leveraging our integration with our partner Body Labs, that yielded 60 detailed measurements that we fed into our patent-pending customization process. That created a knit file for a Shimaseki Mach 2 3D knitter. This sweater was made specifically to Holly's measurements since we were last on stage. Like Broadway flying live. Want to see that? Perfect. I hope you enjoy it for many years. Thank you very much. Yeah. And this is just the beginning. Oh yeah, there's that. This is just the beginning. Recent advances in manufacturing automation will continue to expand the range of products that can be nimbly made, far beyond knitwear, and we are very excited to integrate these technologies into our platform as well. Why does this matter? Go ahead and cut the music. Thanks. Why does this matter? In 2015, EcoWatch called fast fashion the 2nd most pollutive industry in the world, second only to big oil. The overseas bulk apparel supply chain has struggled for decades with responsibility and sustainability. With Nimbly, we cut shipping distances by 3 orders of magnitude. We reshore manufacturing, ensuring safe and responsible labor practices, and we manufacture products with 0 material waste. Last year, 30% of the apparel we imported into the United States never sold. And 75% of what did sell sold at discount, representing more than $30 billion of lost profit for those brands and eroding the value of brands that discounted in those ways. Our journey began when my co-founder Mariano made 3,000 custom fit sweaters on demand using this technology in his studio in North Carolina. He sold them direct to consumer, saw a 40% repeat order rate and just a 3% return rate. A just-in-time restocking pilot we did saw a 96% sell-through at MSRP. Compare that to an industry average of 25%. Nimbly's market opportunity is significant. $65 billion of knit apparel was sold in the United States last year, and more than $500 billion was sold worldwide. And we have the right team to pursue this opportunity. 14 years ago, I co-founded a rich media advertising and content management platform with 2 of my Yale College classmates. Today, Say Media powers some of the most popular content publishers on the web, including Fashionista in the fashion space. Mariano, I met while he was refining his custom fit process at Harvard's Innovation Lab. And we've been joined by production expertise from Stoll, Macy's, and the BFDA, knit programming experience directly from Shimaseki, and we are advised by some of the most talented, sought-after engineers in the Silicon Valley. I'm very excited to announce as well today, here at XRC, that we will launch our first microfactory cluster this October 15th, manufacturing in Los Angeles for 5 brands, including a nationwide apparel retailer who is launching a line of custom fit, custom function apparel with us. We are powering the just-in-time restocking of their stores across the country and the on-demand manufacturing of a custom product sold both in-store and online. Thank you. The future is coming. It's a future that we will nimbly make together here in the USA. Thank you very much.
One more slide. Okay, well, thank you all for coming and listening to our 10 fabulous companies. I am thrilled to say that as of now, our applications for Cohort 5 are officially open. If you know any fabulous founders that you would like to see up on this stage next April, please encourage them to apply, and you can find the link on our website at xrclabs.com. Now I invite you to come downstairs to speak a little further with our founders and to toast to their success. Thank you again.